and welcome back to RareRoo Crafts. I'm Sarah and today I'm on to share with you something that I have created for a new collaboration. So this is the hashtag The Feel of Vintage 2021 collaboration hosted by the lovely Nelda of Nelda's Crafts. And this is a collaboration that's going to be over the next 8 weeks. On alternate weeks we will be showing you some projects that we've made using vintage items or using new items that have been made to look vintage, in the hope that we can inspire people to love vintage things as much as we do. Now, I have always loved vintage things, so when Nelda asked me to join in with this collaboration, I was really keen to jump in and play. And I've got a ton of stuff in my collection, ranging from things like this, which is the Tim Holtz paper dolls, lots of ephemera that I have made. I've just cut it out. I've printed it on my inkjet printer. I've laminated them with the matte laminating pouches so I can put gesso and stuff over them if I want to. And then I've just cut them all out. Sat one evening in front of the telly and cut a load of stuff out. I've also got my little folder that I made, which is full of vintage looking stickers of various different shapes and sizes. And then I've got a load of real vintage stuff. So I'm very fortunate that near us we have a market normally which sells all sorts of vintage ephemera. It's like a flea market, and I love to go and have a poke round. And I've got everything from all sorts of books. So this is the drawings of Leonardo da Vinci, which is just fantastic. I have not actually cut any of these out yet. I might have to photocopy them because I don't know whether I'll be able to actually bring myself to cut this one up because I love it. This one is from 1946, I think, or 52. It was first published in 46 and this one was printed in 52. I've got this one, which I found again at the same market. I don't know what the language is. I love it, and I bought it because I love the script and I love the language in it. I don't know what it is, but I do love it. I don't know if it's German maybe or Dutch or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But this is 1913, so this is well over 100 years old. And I do use pages out of this one. I have taken quite a few of the pages out of this one because, like I say, I love the script and the font on that one. I've also got some papers and magazines. So this is a paper. This one's from 1951. And I love the old colour of the old newsprint. This is a very fragile one, so this one I probably will have to sort of think about how I use this one because it is quite fragile paper. But I love all the old adverts and things on the newspapers. I've also got a magazine, paper magazine thing. This is from, I think it's Spanish, and this is from 1904, so this is even earlier. This is nearly 120 years old. God, that's mad, isn't it? Yeah, 1904. Madness. I just love it. Got that one. And then I've picked up some music paper. So I usually pick up music paper whenever I see it. I use music paper loads. I think it's really good fun to work with. Old dress patterns. I love using bits of old dress patterns. This is really nice because you can layer it over other layers, and obviously it's quite thin, so it sort of goes transparent, particularly once you put your matte medium or whatever glue you're using. It goes really sheer, so I really enjoy using that one. And then I've also got a load of postcards and photos. These are all ones that I've just found. These are little tourist photos from Torquay even. That's not far from where I used to live, in Devon. And then I've got these ones, which I just love. Now, the vintage ones, I do tend to photocopy them, the postcards, because otherwise, once it's gone, you can't get it again. So some of the vintage stuff I will use it directly, like book pages and music and dress patterns and things like that. But things that I like to use for focal images, I do tend to photocopy. So that's all the stuff that I've been digging around in. What did I create? So I have made this box. Let's see if I can get my camera up a little bit, see if I can get it all in. There we go. So I took, this was a just a little box that my daughter got me not Christmas, just gone, the Christmas before. She bought me a selection pack of teas from Bird and Blend, and this was the box that all my tea sachets came in. And so I decided to decorate it. So I started off by covering the whole of the lid. It was craft, the box itself was craft, and it just said Bird and Blend in gold on the top. So I covered the whole thing in the music paper and some book text, and then over the top of that, in places, I've put a little bit of the dress pattern. Over the top of that, I have then stenciled just with some homemade texture paste, that's what I'm looking for. And then I've added some colour with, I actually used just some cheap watercolours, and then I've used my Kuretake Zig clean colour markers to add in a little bit of shading and stuff around some of the stenciling. Not that you can actually see a lot of it now, now that I've sort of added all the focal elements on there. So this is one of those lovely postcards. And I photocopied it, and again I've matte laminated it so that the ink won't bleed if anything gets spilt on it or anything like that. And then I made a little frame out of a die cut and some wood effect paper. I die cut and heat embossed a clock. I can get it all in the shop. I'd got this clock die cut, so I heat embossed that, but it was a little bit shiny, so I just knocked it back with a little bit of gesso, just so that it wasn't quite so in your face. And then I've just added loads of bits of ephemera here and there. So some of it's like handmade, so that's actually some stickers that I stamped, coloured and cut. Some are bits that I've bought. Some bits are bits that I've printed and cut out. And then these are stamped flowers and leaves. It's that sort of 3-step stamping that I've done there. And then I've just added in some die cut greenery and some little handmade flowers just to finish it all off. And then around the edges there, I've just done a little bit of stamping with some vintage looking stamps. And I just love it. I think it's so, so pretty. And the reason that I wanted to make this box is because it perfectly fits this vintage book, which is a book on archaeology. And again, I think this is probably from about the 50s, 60s, yeah, 1964. And my intention is to turn this into a junk journal. So I will take out the innards of this book and I'm going to turn it into a junk journal that will then live in this box. And I thought, what a great way to start the collaboration. I've decorated the box. I was going to do something with the base, but I quite like that it's just craft. I might ink the edges a little bit just to make them look a little bit more vintagey, but I think I'm actually going to leave that. I might put a little bit of patterned paper in the bottom there. I haven't made my mind up yet. But I'm definitely going to then turn that, so not next week, the week after, when we're back again on the 21st, I will have turned this into a junk journal. So if you want to see what my junk journal looks like, you'll have to tune back in on the 21st. So that's what I have made for the hashtag The Feel of Vintage 2021 collaboration. Now, as I said, this is a collaboration, so there will be some other fantastic crafters linked in the description box below this video. Do hop on over and see what they've been creating, because there's going to be so much inspiration, because it's just totally free choice. Everybody's just making whatever they feel inspired to make. And I always like that sort of collaboration, because you just don't know what you're going to see, which is always fun. So that's it from me for now. Thank you very, very much for coming over and having a look and seeing what I've created. And I hope to see you all again very soon in another crafty video. Bye for now.